This is a women's prison deep in the mountains, where the female inmates are all fair-skinned, beautiful, and long-legged, while the prison guards are either old men or clumsy apes. The female inmates not only have to serve these guards but also the visiting dignitaries. If they fail to serve well, they face beatings or insults, and in severe cases, they are thrown into the dungeon. If anyone tries to escape from here and gets caught, they are subjected to brutal torture methods like being tied to a tiger bench or hung by their hair. Lisa ended up in this prison entirely due to an accident. She was originally an outstanding socialite. That night, she had just entered a casino with a man when they encountered a robbery by a man with a big beard. The bearded man not only took the man's money but also carried Lisa over his shoulder, hijacked a taxi, and fled. Having been through many ups and downs, Lisa remained calm and even joked with the bearded man. As they crossed a bridge, a police car suddenly gave chase. The bearded man jumped directly into the water. The police mistook Lisa for an accomplice. Given Lisa's less than reputable background, the judge didn't even look at her and sentenced her immediately. After a boat ride and a car ride, they arrived at the women's prison. As the warden, Old Bai first explained the rules: no fighting, no riots. If you try to escape, no matter where you run, these dogs will find you. The bearded man swam all night before climbing out of the water. After 2 days of trekking through mountains, the bearded man returned to the camp in tattered clothes. It turned out he was a revolutionary, robbing the casino to redistribute wealth. He and Black Sister are the most admired couple in the group. As soon as they met, they were all lovey-dovey, making their companions envious. Even the attacks from the swinging beard couldn't stand it. The companions glanced at the old lady nearby. If there were enough beauties here, our revolutionary force would more than double. To increase their revolutionary strength, they set their sights on the women's prison in the mountains. First, they needed an insider, and Black Sister was their first choice. This is a prison full of women, where they work like animals every day. The rudimentary equipment often causes accidents, and those who fall to their deaths are carried away like animals. Whenever dignitaries visit, the women not only have to greet them with smiles but those chosen must serve them well. If someone can't take it anymore and wants to commit suicide, they will be forcibly locked in a padded cell. Once inside, they might never have a chance to come out. If they disobey even a little, they will be hosed down with water. Despite these terrible conditions, some people still try to get in here. Hei Ming and her boyfriend plan to start a revolution. Their group urgently needs women to join, so they set their sights on this prison. Hei Mei carries a basket to the stage, where leaders of various levels are seated. She pulls the pin from a grenade and throws it up there. The leaders initially thought it was a gift from a fan, but when they saw smoke, they hurriedly passed it around. People scattered in fear, leaving only an old man calmly sitting there. As they say, your uncle is always your uncle. In the end, the grenade was a dud. Hei Mei was successfully captured and sent to prison. The dignitaries visited the prison again. Someone complained that the warden talked too much and wanted to get to the point quickly. The women dressed up flamboyantly, waiting to be selected. This might be their great chance to escape from here. But Lisa's outfit was too eye-catching, and an old acquaintance quickly recognized her. Fearing exposure, someone had the warden kick her out. Men come here surely for the thrill. Someone couldn't take it and suddenly went crazy, smashing things in the room, scaring people into a frenzy. The next day, she was locked in the asylum. Not serving the dignitaries well made the warden very angry, so he deliberately increased the women's workload. If they were slow, they would be prodded with sticks. While working in the field, someone fell to the ground and was carried to the infirmary, already lifeless. Lisa couldn't take it anymore and planned to escape. Using various debris to float in the water, she evaded the guard's eyes and slipped through the wire mesh underwater. After running all night, she finally reached a small village. Unexpectedly, it was full of men. Seeing their lecherous smiles, she realized she had just escaped the tiger's den only to enter the wolf's lair. The men deceitfully lured her into a room and then lined up at the door. Inside, Lisa's screams could be heard continuously. At this moment, the prison guards arrived with dogs, and Lisa was taken back to prison. The punishment for escaping was severe. First, all the women were gathered, and then under a large tripod, Lisa's hair was tied to a bamboo pole, which was turned by a man. The killer was lifted by his own hair. The tearing of his hair made him scream in agony, and the female prisoners were terrified. The new girl, Black Sister, wanted to lead them to escape, but she had to sit on the big sister's seat here. While working, he actively picked fights and sparred with others. After recruiting a few followers, he went out to work one day and took advantage of Yu Jing falling asleep to start expanding his influence. The female prisoners were all fighting each other, and the screams of the fight woke Yu Jing, but no one listened to her, and they kept fighting more fiercely. Black Sister quickly took control of the entire prison, and the bearded man saw it all. She felt the time was right to proceed to the next step. This warden is really too evil. All the female prisoners are her free labor force, and if she's even slightly dissatisfied, she resorts to beating them. Black Sister got her nose bloodied, and the warden still wasn't satisfied. She even tied Black Sister to the tiger lamp for torture. The successful interview warning for the doctor came to the prison. And unexpectedly, the first task was to take the unconscious Black sister to the infirmary. Black sister smiled happily when she saw this. That day, while the female prisoners were working, a gear suddenly got stuck and couldn't move, which made the warden furious. You know, this is his money-making tool. A delay of even a moment would affect his income significantly. He asked the petite curly-haired girl to go down and check. Everyone's hearts were in their throats, but sometimes what you fear most happens. The curly-haired girl hadn't even started when the huge gear above fell down. By the time everyone moved the gear away, the curly-haired girl had already been crushed into pulp. The big guy went crazy, grabbed a machete, and charged at the warden. The guards came with guns to stop him, but he directly chopped off an arm. Before the big guy could reach the warden, he was shot down by the fat guard. The other female prisoners were also enraged and picked up machetes from the ground. At this moment, Black sister rushed out to stop everyone, asking if they were all crazy. She warned them that the guards had submachine guns, and even if they multiplied their numbers, they wouldn't stand a chance against the guns. Under Black sister's persuasion, everyone put down their weapons. They planned to escape that night. Once the lights went out in the room, everyone took out their hidden tools and started making suitable weapons, breaking mirrors and tying them to the ends of bamboo poles, sharpening the bamboo to make them dangerous. A guard who noticed something was wrong just pulled out his gun. The bearded man handed the prison guards over to the female prisoners as hostages and distributed homemade bombs to others. Before the riot officially began, the guards noticed something was wrong. The bearded man pretended to surrender and blew up the water tower, which collapsed and crushed a house. Then, they started shooting back. Upon hearing the gunfire, the black woman led the female prisoners in a riot. The female prisoners set fires, and in no time, flames were everywhere. They picked up weapons and started fighting back. A female guard tried to climb a tree to hide but was slashed down by a female prisoner. The female prisoners vented their anger on the female guards. Lisa released all the female prisoners from the asylum, and the large equipment in the yard was also set on fire. Just as everyone was celebrating, reinforcements led by Dian Yu Zhang arrived. After a burst of machine gun fire, the female prisoners suffered heavy casualties. Dian Yu Zhang was heartbroken to see the equipment destroyed. As the scaffolding was about to collapse, a severely injured female prisoner held him back. Dian Yu Zhang was burned to ashes on the spot. The bearded man and the black woman fought while retreating. Just as they were about to climb up the riverbank, the bearded man was ambushed from behind by Yu Jing. The furious black woman fought back but was blown to pieces by a grenade. The 4 women who escaped were resting when they heard dogs barking nearby. To avoid being chased by the dogs, they accidentally got swept away while crossing the river. After going over the waterfall, when they climbed back ashore, Sister Jin was severely injured. To let Lisa and Lena escape, the injured Sister Jin chose to stay with a gun and tied the informant to a tree. The pursuing dogs tore the informant to pieces. Lisa and Lena encountered revolutionaries. Only the 2 of them escaped from the entire prison. They don't know if they will live a shamelessly happy life later on. The movie, The Big Bird Cage, ends here. It's an old film from 1972 about oppression and resistance in a women's prison. This film features a highlight of black people rioting to rescue white people. For those who love watching beautiful women, this film is worth a look. The Spring Festival is coming soon. Here, I wish everyone a happy Spring Festival and may you all make a fortune in the coming year. If you want to see more great movie reviews, please follow me. Bye-bye.